Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 959, and today's topic is the chemical properties of rubber part 2. Here in part 2, actually this chemical property is mainly discussed to determine the formation of isoprene polymer and how to prove that this isoprene units, that is C5H8, is arranged in head and tail fashion. So it was in up to 1905. Chemists and scientists, they were busy in determining the joining of the isoprene unit, in what fashion it is joined, whether it is tail to tail, head to head, or head and tail fashion, means 1 and 4. And here let me show you that is head and tail means like this. This is your one isoprene unit, and this is your head and this is your tail. So this is C5 and H8. So actually at that time there was lot of discussion and a lot of reaction was done to prove that this C5H8 monomer, it is joined in head and tail fashion, means one tail, then head, then again one tail, then head, then tail, and then head, like that. So it is head, tail, then head, tail, and head, tail. So how the rubber is forming the polymer of isoprene unit? So in 1905, the scientist, he treated this rubber with ozone, and that rubber was dissolved in chloroform, and then some 6% ozone was introduced into it, and ozonolysis took place, and they got the product that is C5H8O3. This is your ozonoid, and this ozonoid further, once it is subjected to hydrolysis, another reaction, it gives different type of acids, and the further oxidation and hydrolysis, that is succinic acid, formic acid, levelic acid. So getting these acids confirmed that the isoprene C5H8, they are arranged in head and tail fashion. Also on the basis of osmosis, pressure, viscosity, and on the basis of centrifugation, it was found that each molecule is consisting of 130,000 to 240,000 molecules in rubber. So rubber is the molecular weight is heavy, and also later on, with the help of X-ray diffraction technique, it was found that also rubber is having head-tail fashion arrangement. So these reactions I am going to discuss one by one. So here number 1, the molecular weight determination by osmotic pressure, viscosity, ultracentrifuge, and light scattering method shows that the molecular weight of rubber varies from 130,000 to 240,000. The ozonolysis of rubber gave ozonoid, which confirmed that the head and tail linkage of large number of isoprene units takes place. Number 2, in the year 1905, Harris, obtain a glassy explosive mass of the composition, that is your C5H8O3 outside bracket 3, by passing oxygen containing 6% ozone into a solution of rubber in chloroform. Number 3, when the ozonite was decomposed by water, levolaldehyde and its peroxide, levelic acid, succinic acid, formic acid and carbon dioxide were formed. These products of ozonolysis suggested that rubber was composed of isoprene units joined head to tail fashion. Number 4, the X-ray diffraction studies conducted by Boone in the year 1942 have shown that rubber is composed of long chains isoprene units arranged in cis form. The gutta percha rubber is made of trans form. So the next is number 5. The chain of isoprene molecules become more parallel on stretching and are betterly arranged. If rubber cooled to minus 180 degrees centigrade, it becomes crystalline and non-elastic. And here the reaction is given, that is ozonolysis, hydrolysis, oxidation, and on the basis of these reactions of polymer of isoprene units, that is called rubber, that is also commonly known as rubber hydrocarbon. And when this rubber hydrocarbon is subjected to ozonolysis, that is in presence of ozone, and that is a 6% ozone with oxygen, and rubber solution in chloroform, and when it is treated, ozonolysis will take place and you will get this compound, that is your ozonide, this 2 5-member ring of 3 oxygen there and 3 oxygen, and that indicates that ozonolysis has taken place and it is called ozonide. And this ozonide, when it is subjected to hydrolysis, after the hydrolysis, then you will get levolaldehyde and some keto group, these two, and after hydrolysis, then again it is subjected to oxidation. The further oxidation will give you levenic acid, succinic acid and carbon dioxide gas. So these 3 products, that is levenic acid, succinic acid and carbon dioxide, confirms that rubber is made up of isoprene unit, and these isoprene units, they are arranged in head and tail fashion. Number 6, rubber is heated with about 1% of an organic sulfonyl chloride or an organic sulfonic acid at 120 to 130 degrees centigrade temperature. It is converted into a tough thermoplastic resin which resembles gutta percha and known as thermoprenes. So these thermoprenes are nothing but it is the rubber when it is treated in presence of organic sulfonic acid at 120 to 130 degrees centigrade temperature, which resembles gutta percha and known as thermoprenes. On other hand, if gutta percha is heated to 70 degrees centigrade temperature, it becomes amorphous and resembles to rubber, is being soft and plastic. The isoprene unit chain repeats at 8.10 angstrom in rubber and 4.72 angstrom in good temperature. So with this I will stop. Your chemical properties are over, and as you know that the rubber is the best solvent for rubber is benzene and petroleum. And in most of the cases when we are going to dissolve for some chemical reaction or for some chemical analysis, we are dissolving either in benzene or in petroleum ether. So with this, once again, thank you very much for watching the lecture.